Hello, this is James on Gaming. So I got The Witcher 3 at long last earlier this week, and I've been very happy with it so far. So I've been a big fan of the Witcher series for a long time now, so I just wanted to give my thoughts on the series and why I love it so much. So first of all, big spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking about the whole series, so not going to be holding back anything. So if you haven't played the first two, you probably want to avoid this. So I remember playing. I mean, the first Witcher game. It was kind of obvious it was a limited budget. It wasn't the best looking game in the world, even for its time, I don't think. But in terms of the story and the atmosphere, was fantastic, and the voice acting, mostly the voice acting, was really good. But what got me the most was the discrimination against the non-humans and how genuine it felt, because there was absolutely no sugarcoating. Because I was playing Dragon Age Origins as well at the time. Yeah, it was about 2009, 2010, and yeah, there was discrimination in that as well, but it wasn't the same because it felt more like it's okay, it's only a fantasy game. But that wasn't the case with The Witcher, and it was just so intriguing. So when it came to The Witcher 2, I was actually quite disappointed with, because the atmosphere in that sort of did feel like, it was, I'd say like, the colour, I'd describe it as the colour is more concentrated in that, whereas in the first Witcher it was more pale, washed out. And I didn't really like that in Witcher 2, because it felt a bit too disconnected from the first original Witcher, which really bothered me when I was playing it. For the first time anyway, I actually played through both games twice, and the second time it didn't bother me so much. I got more into it, and I like it for what it is, and I do really like the story. I like how they expanded it a lot more. There's a lot more going on, with the war going on between Northern Kingdoms and Nilfgaard, and as well as the Scoia'tael going on, and Lodge of Sorceresses. I like how it was a lot bigger and there was a lot more going on, and I got really into it, and and the combat was a bit different as well. I can't really fault it because it was awesome, but again, the combat was another original thing, something that felt original in the first Witcher, and I kind of wish that expanded upon that, but I kind of went for something a bit more typical in the second Witcher game. But it was very well done, so I can't really fault it. But overall, there was a feeling of trying to cater towards a larger audience in The Witcher 2, which I really, really didn't like. Plus, there was a lot of derivative cliches, like first of all, there was the QuickTime event, which, to be fair, weren't that many, but there was after the first that boss in don't remember what it was called, but in that first town, that's the only description I can give, but you know what I mean. And after the last boss as well, so there weren't that many, but they were there, and it was annoying. Then there were the fights, which, for whatever reason, it was just button prompts, which was really stupid. I mean, I like how in The Witcher 1 and 3, it was just like an offshoot of the regular combat, so I don't know why they made it like Horse in The Witcher 2. And lastly, there were the derivative stealth sequences, which, again, nothing really wrong with them, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. It's clearly borrowed from other games that have done it, so, which did annoy me. I wasn't too happy with that. So, then we come to The Witcher 3. Oh, man. First of all, it seemed to have done away with a lot of the derivative cliches I just talked about. Well, there hasn't been any QuickTime events so far. I hope there aren't. And as I said, the fights are an offshoot of the combat. And again, don't know if there will be any stealth sequences, but there haven't been so far. But more than that, I mean, first of all, there's the atmosphere. I feel like it's in terms of the atmosphere, it's kind of an in-between of The Witcher 1 and 2. Like, it's not as like bright and colourful as The Witcher 2, so it feels closer to the first Witcher game. So it feels more consistent, like it's a gloomy world and everything's not so great. I mean, I know it's strange to be wanting that, but I like that it's more consistent, and it kind of ties them all together, I feel. And then there's the combat, which is mostly seen from above and kind of far away, like the first Witcher. Plus the Igni and Ard signs are spread out rather than focused. So again, consistency. It's awesome. And that's it. Thanks a lot for watching or listening. Hope you enjoyed this ramble on the Witcher series. And what do you think? Do you agree? Do you hate me for my opinions? Let me know. Hopefully I'll have another Let's Play up tomorrow. So see you then.